Wait, is this for real? Ah, another one! Putang in. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Brian here. Hope you guys are doing okay. Today we're going to be reacting to the 5th episode of 4 Minutes. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for your time. Before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss my next video. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and start. Ooh. Damn, party. What's this? Oh. Damn. Oh, this is Title. I hadn't seen him. Oh.
รับเครื่องดื่มเพิ่มไหมคะได้จ้ะแต่เดี๋ยวขอไปห้องน้ำก่อนนะเดี๋ยวมาว่า
He's another problematic character. Oh. Oh, she's swiping his drink. Oh. He is done. Mission accomplished. What is she trying to do? Oh, she has an accomplice. Don't tell me this is... Oh no. I don't know what this is. Give me the money. Sinner. Who's this? Is this Tongla? What is he doing? Wait, what's a Tongla? Damn. He is getting in everybody's business. Damn, what is happening? I'm gonna need some clarity and some answers here. I don't wanna get too confused because I'm already confused as it is. Hey. Did you guys shower? Yes. Oh, that is nice. That's where they stayed, huh? That is beautiful.
เลือกที่ดีๆนะนั่นไงถ้าเลือกเป็นมั่วๆแน่ๆสวยดีอะอยากอยู่ที่นี่ไปตลอดเลยนะแต่คงไม่ได้อะ
You got money, sure you can.
มันก็อยู่ที่นี่ตรงนี้ด้วยกันก่อน
Oh my gosh! How romantic. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. And he sings. I want to be in this hammock. This specific one with both of them in it. Oh my gosh. He is so pretty. So is he.
คนพวกนั้นทำอะไรคุณบ้างคุณบอกผมได้นะครับอะไรนะคะ ผมเห็นเสื้อที่ผู้ชายคนนั้นใส่
ถ้าคุณไม่อยากทนอยู่ที่นั่นแล้วติดต่อกลับมาผมพี่ถูกเรียกให้ไปดูเคสแดนเพราะว่าสงสัยว่าเป็นเส้นติ่งอักเสบแต่ความจริงแนนท้องนอกมดลูก
Oh my gosh
มอนแนนไม่ออกจากโรงพยาบาลแล้วล่ะเพิ่งไปผ่าตัดมาไม่ใช่หรอหมอบอกว่าหายแล้วสมานก็เลยเร่งให้หมอสั่งให้ฉันกลับโอ้เขาก็น่าจะให้เธออยู่ต่ออีกสัก2-3 วันนะสภาพแบบนี้จะทำงานยังไงไม่เป็นไรฉันพอไหวสรุปแล้วเธอเป็นเส้นติ่งอักเสบใช่ไหม
Oh my gosh
ฉันไม่อยากอยู่ที่นี่แล้วหมดฉันรู้สึกมันตกก็ร้องไห้
I bet
ฉันไม่น่ามาเลยมาทำงานที่นี่เลยถ้าเราไม่ทำเราก็ไม่มีเงินส่งที่บ้าน
That's tough
พี่ต่อคะเห็นมนไหมคะ
โอ้ย
คุณสมานคะเพื่อนหนูหายไปไหนแล้วคะเดี๋ยวก่อนค่ะ
Oh my god Oh my god What the fuck
มอนมอนมอนมอนมอนมอนใครทำเธอมอนไปมอนคุยมอนคุยกับฉันก่อน
How traumatic
พี่จะทำไงต่อ
พี่จะเอาข้อมูลที่ได้มาจากแนนเอาไปแชร์ทุกโซเชียลแล้วก็ส่งให้สื่อตีข่าวต่อ
พี่ไม่ทำแบบนั้นได้ไหม
Here we go conflict
แล้วเกรซจะให้พี่ทำยังไง
ขอว่าผมคิดก่อนดิ
พี่ให้เวลาเกรซได้นะถ้าเกรซพูดกับพี่มาชัดๆว่าจะบอกให้พ่อแม่ไปสารภาพทุกอย่างแล้วไปรับผิดชอบในฝูง
Wow
เห็นไหมต้องเข้าข้างพ่อแม่ตัวเองแล้วนี่
แล้วเขาจะไปทำได้วะมันพ่อแม่ผมนะเว้ย
ถ้าทำไม่ได้ก็ไม่ต้องมาขอเวลาพี่ คนที่มันกินอยู่สบายบนความตายคนอื่นมันจะไปเข้าใจเลยวะ
แล้วพอคนที่ตายคนเป็นพี่ล่ะพี่คิดเห็นอยู่ไม่ใช่หรอว่าพ่อผมแม่งทำอะไรได้บ้าง
ก็ลองดูดิ ลองเลย พี่ไม่ได้มีอะไรจะเสียอยู่แล้ว
แล้วยายพี่ล่ะ
True
เป็นห่วงพี่กับยายพี่ขอร้องให้เวลาผมหน่อยนะแน่ใจนะว่ามันเกรดแน่ใจครับคุณกรณ์เชี่ยแล้วเกรดไม่ได้ทำแบบนั้นไปทำไมวะเราควรรายงานให้ท่านประธานทราบนะครับอย่าเพิ่งผมขอคุยกับน้องก่อนผมคิดว่าน้องชายผมมีเหตุผลแต่สิ่งที่คุณเกรดทำอาจสร้างความเสียหายกับธุรกิจเราได้นะครับผมขอคุยกับน้องก่อนเลยออกไปขอโทษครับเพราะความสัมเพร่าของแกคนเดียวเลยกลายเป็นทุกอย่างเป็นแบบนี้
เสียแรงที่พ่อไว้ใจ
เกรดก็มาชวนเราไป
แล้วทำไมไม่ห้ามน้องปล่อยให้น้องทำ
นี่คุณจะทำให้ทุกอย่างความผิดของผมไม่ได้ใช่ไหม
This is what I'm talking about
เป็นลูกตัวเองสอน
ไอ้
ผมขอตัวก่อนนะครับพ่อทำอะไรกับพี่ทาม
เกรซลูกหายไปไหนมา
พ่อตอบผมก่อนดิงั้นแกก็ตอบมาก่อนว่าแกไปร่วมมือกับมันทำไมพ่อรู้ไงว่าพ่อกับแม่ทำอะไรไว้บ้างตอบผมได้ยังว่าพี่ทามอยู่ไหนเกรซยังไม่รู้ตัวว่าเกรซกำลังโดนมันหลอกใช้พ่อไม่รู้อะไรเลย
เกรซออกมาขายแรงนอกก่อน
ถ้าพ่อฆ่าคนทำชีวิตคนอื่นเขาพังอ่ะพ่อก็ต้องรับผิดชอบหนูวะแกจะให้พ่อรับผิดชอบยังไงที่กูทำเนี่ยก็เพื่อให้บริษัทอยู่รอดเพื่อให้มึงได้อยู่สุขสบายไงทำไมไม่สำนึกบุญคุณของกู
He didn't ask for that
เป็นเนี่ยเขาช่วงล้อเหรอผมจะไม่กลับมาหยิบที่นี่อีก
เกรซกลับมาเดี๋ยวนี้นะกลับมาขอโทษพ่อเดี๋ยวนี้นะเกรซ
โทษ
กูหรือเปล่าเนี่ย
เกรซหยุดเกรซกลับไปขึ้นไปขอโทษพ่อเดี๋ยวนี้เลยนะ
แม่ก้าวแต่สั่งอ่ะแม่ไม่เคยถามผมเลยว่าผมอยากทำไหม
แม่ไม่ได้สั่งแม่แค่บอกในสิ่งที่เกรซควรทำแม่แค่บอกในสิ่งที่เกรซทำได้ดีที่สุด
You don't know what's best
กับแม่หรอ
right
กับพ่อกับบริษัทกับหน้าตาของครอบครัวแล้วกับผมน่ะ
แต่สุดท้ายแล้วมันก็จะดีที่สุดสำหรับตัวลูกอยู่ดีไงล่ะทำไมลูกไม่มองตรงนี้บ้างเอาแต่โกรธเอาแต่ไม่พอใจแล้วก็ทำตัวห่างเหินกับแม่กว่าแม่จะมาอยู่จนถึงจุดนี้ได้แม่ก็ต้องสู้เหมือนกันนะถ้าแม่ไม่สู้เกรซกับแม่ก็จะต้องอยู่กันแบบหลบๆซ่อน
ๆ hiding
เป็นบ้านหลังเล็กของพ่อเกรซจะกลายเป็นลูกเมียน้อยแม่ทำถึงขนาดนี้แล้วอ่ะเกรซทำไมไม่เข้าใจแม่บ้างแม่ทำเพื่อเกรซคนเดียวเลยนะแต่ขอร้องเกรซเชื่อแม่นะขึ้นไปขอโทษพ่อลูกขึ้นขอโทษพ่อเกรซไม่นะเกรซประตูเดี๋ยวนี้นะเกรซอย่าทำอย่างนี้ลูกอย่าเกรซกลับมาก่อนลูก
It's so each character has been put to the test here. Oh shit, it's happening. Oh, boom.
เกรซกลับไปขอโทษพ่อเดี๋ยวนี้นะ
Putang ina. Ay! Oh, that's a gunman that a lady.
ไม่แม่จะไม่หนีไปไหนทั้งนั้น
Wait, is this for real? Ah, another one. Putang ina. Is it possible that it could happen again? Another 4 minutes or no?
สมองเป็นอวัยวะที่ต้องการออกซิเจนอย่างต่อเนื่องนี่คือระยะเวลาที่สมองสามารถทนต่อการขาดออกซิเจนได้ เกิดอะไรขึ้นกับการรับรู้ของเราในช่วงเวลานี้
ผลการวิจัยณตอนนี้สรุปได้ว่าในภาวะที่หัวใจหยุดเต้นสมองยังไม่หยุดทำงานในทันที ในช่วงเวลานี้คนไข้จะเห็นสิ่งต่างๆแตกต่างกันไปตามประสบการณ์ในชีวิตที่ผ่านมาบางคนกลับไปใช้ชีวิตในอดีตบางคนมีพลังเหนือธรรมชาติบางคนได้กลับไปแก้ไขสิ่งที่ผิดพลาดบางคนได้เริ่มใหม่กับคนที่เขารักเหตุการณ์ที่คนไข้เห็นในช่วงเวลานั้นคล้ายจริงแต่ไม่เหมือนจริงซะทีเดียวคนไข้สามารถเห็นภาพความทรงจำได้ยินเสียงหรือรู้สึกถึงความเจ็บปวดแวบผ่านเข้ามาแม้ไม่เกี่ยวข้องกับเหตุการณ์ตรงหน้าการมองเห็นอนาคตได้4 นาทีอาจเกี่ยวข้องกับความจริงบางอย่างที่วิจัยนี้หาคำตอบไม่ได้แต่ที่รู้ได้แน่ชัดคือในโลกความเป็นจริงสมองสามารถทนการขาดออกซิเจนได้แค่4 นาทีเท่านั้น
Okay.
ไม่ดี
ไหน
อะไรอ่ะ
อันนี้หวานนะ
ไม่แต่เลยหวานปะเนี่ย
หวานเจี๊ยบเอาปะ
เป็นหมดนี้เลยได้ไหมอ่ะ
ก็ได้ได้เดี๋ยวแล้วคุณคะซื้อมาคือพี่10 กล่องบอก
เหมาให้เลย
กินไป1 ชิ้น10 กล่องซื้อที่10 กล่องครับ
เฮ้ย
อ้าว
นี่มันน้องคนนั้นนี่หว่า
ลองเท่านิดนึงครับ
So they went to hiding, right? Or
เรากลับไปที่บ้านไม่ได้แล้วใช่ไหม
no.
ไม่ได้ยายมันอันตรายยายอยู่บ้านพักกิ่งก่อนนะจนกว่าทุกอย่างจะปลอดภัย
แล้วเมื่อไหร่จะปลอดภัย
Okay.
ทางกำลังทำอะไรกันแน่
You need to pick up that phone and now.
อะไรนะยายฮัลโหล
เวรเลยรับสายได้ที
มีอะไร
น้องผู้ชายที่มาตามหามึงวันนั้นน่ะเห็นเข้าห้องโมอาแล้วมึงรู้ยังเหมือนจะทรมานด้วยอ่ะเห็นเลือดออกเต็มไปหมดเลยอ่ะเฮ้ยเดี๋ยวกูรีบไปดูก่อนให้ทัน
มึงว่าไงนะ
ว้าว
เดี๋ยวทานต้องไปก่อนนะครับ
ทางโชคดีนะลูก
What's going on with those lights? No! Wait, what? This was such a good episode. It started off with Title getting roofied and passing out, and it looks like Tongla is responsible for this. And at first I wasn't sure exactly why Tongla would be after Title, and then I realized that Tongla is Dom's brother, so he's probably doing this because he found out that Title was responsible for unaliving his brother, so he's pretty much doing this to avenge him. And I think this particular scene is connected to the opening of episode 2, where you see Tongla seemingly unaliving in such a brutal way somebody, and that somebody I think is Title, and that Title was indeed the one in that body bag at the hospital or in the morgue. Then it got me thinking, so if that was Title in that body bag, then why would Tongla say that it was his brother? It was Dome. Wouldn't he rather stay away from the morgue, from Title's body, to assuming that it was really Title in that body bag, to avoid being questioned? So that part kind of confused me. But then if it was indeed Dome in that body bag, then who was responsible for that? Was it Title? I think, like many of you mentioned on TikTok and on Patreon, that we might be dealing with multiple timelines here. If that's the case, why would they give us multiple conflicting timelines? What is the reason for that? What is the correlation between these timelines if this is indeed what's happening? And why is it important for them to show us a character who seems to be entangled in this timeline mess? And it's really interesting that this is happening to Tongla, a supporting character. At least they're showing us from his perspective rather than Great and Tyme, the main leads. But Tongla's character is shaping up to be one of the most important, one of the most influential characters in this entire series. I think Tongla is the only person who holds the key to what really happened to Title or to Dome or to both. Tongla is so fascinating. And when it comes to Kon, he feels like this whole mess that resulted from Nan leaking the information to the media and showing what really happens behind closed doors in this company, he feels like everything is being blamed on him. And obviously he doesn't feel that this is a fair judgment, and said that, look, it wasn't me who helped Nan get away. It was your other son. Why am I being blamed for all of this? So now that the company and its stakeholders and key players have been identified, him included, now everybody's being investigated and being closely monitored. Needless to say, everyone at this point, everyone included, everyone named, everyone identified being part or associated with this company is trying to find ways to get out and not go down with the sinking ship. So Fasai offers a solution for Kon, a proposal, literally a proposal, to get him out of this mess, which would mean that he would have to marry her and leave Tongla. And Kon initially looked like he was hesitating, but then I think he is taking the bait. He is likely to marry Fasai in hopes to get out of this mess. He's probably thinking that his family really doesn't have his back, especially now that shit has hit the fan. I can understand why Kon might have accepted Fasai's offer. He probably feels betrayed by his family. He's definitely dedicated a lot of his time, blood, sweat, and tears. His relationship with Tongla suffered severely. He's dedicated all those things to this company, to this business, and did things that were probably against his own beliefs. But he did all these things because he really valued the trust that his father had given him to be able to run this company. But in return, it feels like his family is blaming him for everything wrong that's happening to their company now. Not to mention the sense of betrayal that he might have felt when his own brother walked away from him and refused to cooperate with him in identifying Tyme as his accomplice in rescuing Nan. And I do believe that Kon genuinely cares about his brother's safety, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's kept this company from his brother for so long until he felt like he was ready to know about it. But at the same time, I feel like Kon firmly believes that the survival of their family depends on how well this company does. Or at least that's what he's been made to believe by his father. So Kon probably sees Great's refusal to cooperate with him as an act of defiance and even betrayal. And therefore, Great is, to him, a threat to the survival of the family. So I think Kon is really hurt by Great's betrayal. So Kon must feel very alone right now, which is probably why he reconsidered Fasai's offer. He probably feels like his parents blamed him for everything and his brother pretty much abandoned him. So at this point, he's feeling like he's got nobody. So I think he might have taken all of these into consideration when evaluating whether or not he should accept Fasai's offer. Granted, he didn't really verbalize it, but by the looks of it, it's pretty much a done deal. In one of my reactions to an earlier episode, I had a suspicion that Kon might turn against his parents. And based on what I've seen in this episode, I wonder if this is what'll do it. I wonder if this is what the last straw that broke the camel's back. And after seeing his interaction with Great here, I wonder if Kon is also going to turn on Great for again betraying him. And what's going to happen to Tongla now that he's seemingly accepted Fasai's proposal, which includes Kon walking away from Tongla. Speaking of Tongla, where is he? Although he made a brief but very, very important appearance in the beginning of this episode. But I was hoping that they would pick up where they left off episode 4, where he thought he was hearing his deceased brother's voice, Dome. But they never touched on that here. Well, there's not a whole lot of Tongla here. But then come to think of it, I think I needed a break from Tongla. His presence up until this point has been nothing short of complex and intense, to say the least. I think having a little break from Tongla might be good for my own sanity. But on the same token, my toxic trait is kind of low-key missing his presence. Like, I need some drama up in this bitch. This character, Tongla, gives off to me a little bit of Boston of Only Friends and maybe even Vegas of Kin Porsche vibes. Not entirely the same, but similar, at least the way he makes me feel. Kind of reminiscent of some of the feelings I was feeling while watching Vegas and Boston. So, and I don't mean that Tongla is on the same caliber as those two characters, because it certainly is too early to determine that. I mean that in a sense that Tongla has red flag tendencies, but at the same time, I still sympathize with him. I feel bad for him. I feel sorry for him. But I definitely do not condone all the terrible things that he's done, assuming that he really did those things. Similar to Vegas and Boston, I sympathize with those characters, but they've done some terrible things as well at the same time. So that's kind of how I made that connection, and how I'm feeling right now watching Tongla is kind of reminiscent to some of the feelings again that I felt while watching Boston in Only Friends and Vegas in Kin Porsche. But this episode was so powerful to me. I think this might be my favorite episode so far. Each character was definitely tested here, confronted with what's important to them and what they value most, what is ultimately at stake for them at the end of the day, having to make decisions based on what they value most. And the decisions that they've had to make during these difficult times had put them at odds with each other. As I mentioned before, Kon feeling like he's being blamed by his own family for what's happening to their company has really created this rift between him and his family. Given what's happening to him, I think he's having to make a decision and determine and assess what really is it that he values most at this very moment, considering what's happened. And I think he's realizing that I don't think my family's got my back, so I really need to look out for myself and ultimately take this proposal from Fazai, because this might be my only way out, because again, my family clearly doesn't have my best interests. So he said, fuck it, yep, let's get married, help me get out of this mess that really my family has placed me in. And then you have Tyme and Nan's situation, where Tyme seemingly out of nowhere, at least for Nan, telling her to pretty much abort the mission. And Tyme, I think, is doing this because he just simply cannot afford to lose grandma, the only person he's got left, because obviously his parents had unfortunately been taken away from him. But of course, Nan doesn't have the full picture. She's just assuming that they paid him off and that's it, that he was blinded by money. But I don't think he took the money. Nan is pissed, and I don't blame her. I understand why she's pissed. This episode really showed us, and I really appreciate this, showed us more of Nan's background, showed us how much pain and suffering she's endured while working for this company. This woman has lost so much. And I don't mean that in material things, like far beyond that. And she's probably carrying a heavy load of guilt after her friend Mon, who she recruited to work for this company, had been brutally unalived by the same people that hired them. So having an understanding of what Nan has lost, what she's fighting for, what's important to her, I can understand why she defied Tyme's order to delete the files that she nearly lost her life obtaining. She's gotten this far. She's lost so much. There's a lot at stake for her. She wasn't just gonna go down and abort the mission only because Tyme told her to. No ma'am. She's pushing forward with or without Tyme. So she wasted no time. She borrowed a phone and broadcasted to the media, to the world, what this family has been doing behind closed doors, how much damage and harm they have caused to people. She's pretty much doing what Tyme said he was gonna do, exposing this family. This obviously prompted a major investigation and media coverage and created a panic within Kwon's family's investment department. And then you have Tyme and Great's predicament. While they were in hiding, they got to spend quality time with each other. It started off very romantic. He was singing to him. They were in this hammock. It felt so peaceful, but shortly after that, things just kind of escalated. Tyme shared with Great why he's doing this, what he's lost, how he met Nan, and how he intends to use this information that Nan helped him obtain. Tyme's goal was to expose this family, bring down this company, and ultimately avenge his parents. Those were what's important to him, aside from obviously grandma. And naturally, Great was going to discourage him from doing all that, exposing his family, because of course, his family is important to him. But Great doesn't have the full picture though. He hasn't spoken to his family about these very serious allegations. So naturally, he wasn't just gonna go and say, yeah, go ahead, expose my family, I'm cool with that. So he asked Tyme for more time while he thinks of the next steps. Great is in a very unique and tough situation because he has very limited time, and he's also verbalized that he's worried about Tyme and his grandma, with an understanding of his family's capabilities and what they can do to people. And then you have Great and his mom's situation. Great's mom begged him for him to go back and apologize to his dad, and that she's doing all of this for Great. She didn't want Great to just be known as the mistress's son. So she really fought hard to ensure Great's place, to ensure Great ends up living with his dad and living life comfortably. And then on top of that, I think Great's mom also fought really hard for her place in this company, because from the way she was explaining it, they weren't living the kind of life they're living now. She really had to fight for it, fight for her place. So this woman had a lot to lose. I understand why she was so adamant about convincing Great to go back and apologize to his father. They could potentially lose it all if his father says, fuck it, you can go with your son too. But Great insisted on leaving with a heavy heart, obviously. And then as he was driving away, he spots this man who seemed very suspicious. This man was sent by the woman he had hit in episode 1. And then the 4-minute thing kicked in again, and unfortunately it only brought him back just a few seconds before the gunman pulled the trigger, and he realized that he had very little time to run. So what he ended up doing was shielding his mom from the first bullet. So he takes the bullet for his mom. Sadly, the gunman wasn't finished. He still hadn't accomplished what he set out to do, which was really the target was Great's mom. So he shoots her point blank, and really the hardest part was, I'm sure, for Great was not only was he fighting for his life, but he's also witnessing the actual unaliving of his mother. Just imagine the trauma that he must be feeling after seeing that. And to make things worse, imagine the guilt that he must feel for defying his mom, for not doing what she had begged him to do, which was to go back in and apologize. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. Now that all of this has happened, what now? So is this very moment where he gets shot and probably caused his heart to stop beating? Is this technically day 1? And what we've seen so far up until this moment was him just reliving parts of his past and correcting mistakes. This episode was so heavy, was so good, and surprisingly for me, it gave me, for the very first time, it gave me more answers than questions. I still have a lot of questions, but I think this episode and just focusing on each characters and them showing, a little bit of their backgrounds and what they're fighting for, at least gave me more clarity as to why they might be doing what they're doing. So I really appreciate that. For the very first time since starting this series, I felt not as lost. Congratulations to me, but there's still a lot to uncover. There's still a lot of questions to be answered, and I'm excited. I heard that some people actually dropped this series because they just got too fed up with being confused. And I can understand that, but honestly for me, this is the kind of confusion that I enjoy feeling, because the story, even though it feels complex and there's a lot of unanswered questions, but they still somehow manage to make it engaging. And this is something that Playboy failed to do for me. They just put a whole bunch of things and confused the shit out of me. I just didn't feel motivated to keep going because the depth wasn't there. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I thank you so much for being here. Once again, the full reaction to this episode will be on our Patreon. Link is down below. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your time. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss my next video. Until then, I will see you later.